Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you written JavaScript, the app runs perfectly, and then crashes in production? No red error, no compile failure, just boom, white screen. And the worst part? The bug was something stupid, a missing property, an undefined value, a typo that JavaScript happily ignored. Now imagine if your editor warned you before you even ran the app. Today, we're not learning TypeScript syntax. Today, we're understanding what TypeScript actually is, why React Native teams trust it, and how it silently saves you from embarrassing bugs. Let's clear the biggest myth first. TypeScript is not a new language that replaces JavaScript. TypeScript is JavaScript with an additional layer on top. Think of JavaScript as raw electricity, powerful but dangerous if exposed. TypeScript is insulation. You still write JavaScript syntax, functions, objects, arrays, everything remains the same. But TypeScript adds something JavaScript never had: static types. Static types mean you tell the language what kind of data a variable is before the code runs. So instead of guessing at runtime, TypeScript already knows. This is a string, this is a number, this object must have these properties. And if you break those rules, TypeScript stops you early. This is why TypeScript feels strict at first, but safe later. Now let's talk about JavaScript's biggest weakness. JavaScript is forgiving. Too forgiving. You access a property that doesn't exist, JavaScript says, sure, here's undefined. You call a function with wrong arguments, JavaScript shrugs. You misspell a variable, JavaScript lets it pass. And then, your React Native app crashes at runtime. Undefined crashes are the most common React Native bugs. Why? Because mobile apps deal with APIs, user input, async data, navigation params. And JavaScript never guarantees that data is safe. TypeScript fixes this by forcing you to think ahead. It asks uncomfortable questions. What if this value is missing? What if this API fails? What if this prop is not passed? And trust me, those questions save hours of debugging. Now here's the reality. No serious React Native team ships large apps in plain JavaScript anymore. Why? Because teams scale. Developers change, features grow, code lives for years. In JavaScript, understanding someone else's code means reading comments, console logging, praying nothing breaks. In TypeScript, the code explains itself. Types act like living documentation. When a new developer joins a React Native project, they don't ask, what does this function expect? The types already answer that. This is why companies love TypeScript. Fewer runtime crashes, faster onboarding, safer refactors, better IDE support. In React Native, refactoring without TypeScript is gambling. With TypeScript, it's guided. Now let's understand a critical concept: compile time errors versus runtime errors. Runtime error means your app builds, your app runs, and then it crashes while users are using it. That's the worst kind. Compile time error means your code doesn't even start. And that's actually good. TypeScript moves errors from runtime to compile time. So instead of users finding bugs, your editor finds them. In React Native, this is huge. Because mobile crashes don't forgive you. Users uninstall apps faster than websites. Here's another important truth. React Native does not run TypeScript. Browsers don't understand TypeScript. Mobile engines don't either. So what happens? TypeScript is compiled into plain JavaScript. The types are completely removed. No performance loss, no extra runtime cost. Types exist only during development. Once compiled, your app is 100% JavaScript. This is why TypeScript is safe to adopt. You're not shipping extra complexity, you're shipping cleaner JavaScript. So if you're learning React Native, skipping TypeScript is like learning to drive without brakes. You might move faster initially, but one mistake costs you badly. TypeScript doesn't make you slow, it makes you deliberate. And deliberate developers write scalable apps. In the next videos, we'll break TypeScript down step by step. No theory overload, only what React Native developers actually need. If you've ever feared TypeScript, this crash course is for you. Subscribe to Widget Wisdom, because clean code is not optional anymore. I'll see you in the next one.